Hi, welcome to another City Council recap for the meeting this past Tuesday, September 9th. Council reconvened after having taken August off. And first item was a proclamation from Mayor Bell for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, October. Another item on the agenda was a request to extend the timing for the city's existing water loan that we have through the state of Oregon, through Business Oregon, that we are using to complete a series of water infrastructure projects, the biggest being the third water supply well that is currently under construction out on Stallings Lane. We've run into some supply chain snags, and so we are asking the state to extend the date of that to December of 2026. And then the final piece that goes with that is actually asking to increase the loan amount by $1 million from $4.75 million to $5.75 million. Over the past 6 years with this loan amount, project costs have increased substantially. So in order to actually finish the well project, which is the transmission line from Stallings Lane back into the city limits to connect the water and actually make it usable to the community, it requires that $1 million to build that transmission line. So that then, if approved, gets embedded into our debt service, makes a small difference in the annual debt payments, but it does allow the completion of that project and actually bringing that new 15% of our water supply into the system. So it's a great asset long-term for the community, and we're hopeful that Business Oregon will amend the contract amount. The other item was another external funding decision from council. We had 3 years ago received approval for a feasibility study for what was called the East-West Connector, which was a potential road well north of the city limits that would potentially divert through traffic out to the freeway by creating a bypass over to North Industrial Road and down. It was really linked to the urban growth boundary expansion that never did occur. So staff presented to council options, and council determined ultimately that we would defer that project for a few years and wait until the urban growth boundary discussion arises in the future. We also went through the final fiscal year financials. We ended the year in a somewhat better position than we anticipated in most of the funds. Still very challenged in having revenues match up to the rising expenses in all of our 4 funds. We have a general fund, a street fund, a water fund, and a wastewater fund. And revenues and expenses stay within those funds. They don't get switched around. They can't get moved. So property taxes are in the general fund. They are not allowed to be used for water or wastewater, and likewise a residence or a business's water rates are not able to be used in the general fund for police services or park services. Just the structure of our city's finances and requirements of state law. So went through a review of that, and those financial reports, the complete set of financial reports, are in the packet that is on the website. We also had just an administrative update on our staffing level. We have an accountant position currently open. So if there's anyone interested or know of anyone, direct them to the website for application materials and job descriptions for an accountant. We also had big regulatory reviews of our water system and our wastewater system in August and passed those tests. Oregon Health Authority regulates the water system, and the Oregon Department of Environmental Quality, DEQ, regulates our wastewater system. Our Public Works Department manages those and operates both of those systems at a very high level, and we received really good marks. And finally, in the administration report is a council look ahead. It's a document that we've put together to show what are the big ticket items on future agendas for the City Council for the next 6 to 12 months, just to get a sense of the workload and the order of operations for how we do what we do. It gives council a better idea of what's coming, and also helps the community know what we are working on and what we have upcoming. So that is also available in the packet and will also be easily available on the website. So that's it for the September meeting. There is a council work session on September 23rd. As always, please check the website for anything that you're curious about. The city's budget is on the website, as well as many forms, news, projects, all of that, and contact information for myself and for our staff, as well as council. So